some positional transitions from side control. So we're gonna be talking about all of our basic positions. And why is this relevant? Before we can be good at submitting people, we have to be good at positional grappling. So we're gonna understand all of our basic holds from side control and when to transition. When we understand all of those, the body control, being a good positional grappler, then what you're gonna start to see is how things start to open up a little bit. So for now, we're just gonna talk about some basic transitions. So, and what to do. We're gonna be countering the bottom. So what are all the basic things that the bottom guy wants to do? They're gonna wanna shrimp to the guard. They're gonna wanna underhook escape. They're gonna wanna turn away, okay? So we're gonna study those three things that they're gonna do. We're gonna give you some ideas on what to do when all that happens, okay? So let's start here. We'll start in just like our basic cross face lockdown position. A lot of times what will happen is people are gonna start, let's talk about the upper body. He's gonna start pushing with his upper body into me. He might put his hand in my throat. This hand might even go to my hip, right there. And he might try to give me a side bump and stiffen his arms, okay? So just like that, good. So when we start to feel that, all right, and this is just his upper body portion, when we start to feel that big side bump, that push onto the hip, I'm gonna counter his hip with mine, post on my leg, I'm gonna capture this arm right to here, and I'm gonna slide up. Now I could be sliding up, we call this scarf hold or switch base. I don't wanna stay here forever. I can if I want. This can be an attacking position, but I'm gonna pull that elbow up, get up as high in his armpit as I can, get back underneath, and then I have the shoulder, just like that. So we'll start that again. He's paired position, like this. I'm holding position. He goes to push the hip and frame. Here, I just bump the elbow, slide my knee up. I could be right here, could transition. So like I said, things are gonna start to open up. Not important right now. From here, just pull this up and then switch it back over, back into your position, okay? So that is a very simple idea, right? Now that was the upper body. So now, let's say we're here like this, and I got him tight. He goes to frame into me again, but as he frames, his hips start to move back. That's the lower body now. So what's happening is he's wanting to cut this knee in between him and I. So now I have to block the knee. I have two options on this, okay? So let's spin your head around here just a little bit. Keep spinning, keep spinning, keep spinning. Keep spinning, keep spinning. Good job. So you can see from behind here, as he goes to side bump and starts to work that knee in, and he starts to bring that knee in right there. Go back. My first move is when he side bumps and he goes to bring that knee in, I just bring my hip back and I smash him with my hip. One more time. He goes to side bump and tries to get that knee in. I just smash him with my hip. I'm turning his knees the other way, just like that. So that's my lower body versus his lower body, okay? Another easy, simple move, so you can see it with my hands. Right to here, is I'm in like this, he goes to side bump. Instead of me turning my body into it, I swing my hand back and I block his leg, and then here I drive it back down into my double under, just like that, okay? So spin it back around so you can see. Head right here. So by me being here, he turns into me and I start to feel it, and he starts to bring his knee out. I keep my knee tight to the floor, and I just start turning his hip down. So it's my hip versus his hip, my lower body versus his lower body. Or two, he goes to do it again. I swing my hand back, and I get in here under his hip. Now from here, keep trying to shrimp. See here, and I'm just keeping my double under position, just like that, okay? So, two basic ways to defend the knee. Now we're starting my position from the lockdown, okay? So our first one was he pushes his upper body against mine, and then I turn, keep my hip down so he can't get his knee in. I pull this elbow up, I slide up high, I re-side control, now I'm higher on him. Or two, as he's doing that and he's playing more lower body, first I can turn my hip, or here I come back and I block his butt and I turn, and I can stay here just like this, okay? And I'm just repressuring until he settles down, all right? So we talked about a frame, his upper body versus mine, his lower body versus mine, okay? So now let's talk about a basic escape. for him too. Another basic one is he's gonna get the underhook. So as he frames and he does this, he gets the underhook just like that. So first basic defense is I'm gonna whizzer and I'm gonna put my hand on the floor, like knuckles on the floor, right? And then from here, I'm just gonna spin all the way around, okay? And cup him and bring him back, okay? So that's like the easiest solution. It's the first one that I teach. Literally do that, spin. Because when he underhooks me, like this, okay, I re-underhook his hip. See my hand right here? I'm hugging his butt. And then from here, I'll spin and I'll come back into position just to stop this, okay? What we don't want to do is stay strong or static, because as he gets the underhook, he's just going to keep humping and he's going to work his way up to his knees. Okay, scoot this way. It's up to me. So another one, now what we'll do is if he does this and he gets that underhook and I can get his knee like this, what I'll do is I'll hold his knee just like that, and then here what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of sprawl and push his legs, and I'm going to do what we call just like a twist. I'm going to go a leg lace. So just like this, and I'm turning him away. So now try to keep getting that underhook on me. See right there? And I'm just hanging out, sprawling on him, and I'm kind of crunching him a little bit. This makes it really irritating. And now from here, it gives me some time, because like I said, once you start to be good at positional grappling, things are going to start to open. So you see that arm right there that's nice and straight? Well, when I come over the top and grab his arm, I'll be ready for my arm lock or Kimura, okay? So that's going to be our second one. So when he goes for that underhook, I can either just spin all the way around, or I can come back, hug his butt, hit him with the leg lace, and just crunch him up for a second, okay? All right, so now let's talk about this. Another thing that he might want to do is he might want to roll away. Now, I'm starting all my positions like this, okay? Which means this is our base of fire position, okay? I could be starting like this, you know? If he tries to push on me right to here, just like this, and he's starting to like hip out, so right there, I'll pull his elbow up and I'll push him back down. I might come in to an over-under position, just like this, all right? And he starts to, and let's say he starts to get the underhook on me. Right there, get the underhook, boom. Doesn't matter, I'm already in a good position. I can just put him back down. So I don't want you to think that you'll always start in what I refer to the lockdown. It's just an easy thing to call. So it's called crossface. So now let's talk about here. Right now, his two mains are gonna be get that knee in. He tries to get the knee in, boom, or he tries to get the underhook. Okay? And as those two happen, so get the underhook and try to get the knee in. See now here, I'm still blocking his hip, and I'm kind of like pushing him away this way, because this is stopping him. Well, what this position was what I call double under. This is now forcing him. If you try to turn into me real quick first. See, he can't turn into me, but he can turn away. And when he does, I'll capture his arm right to here, just like this. As I capture his arm, I can just pull it back down, put my chest back on him, okay? But you see this arm? This arm is now an opportunity, okay? But the first thing that has to happen is what we need to understand is from position, the double under, turn into me, he can't, but he can run away. So from here, this is my opportunity to either just stop him here on his side and bring him back, attack from here, or two, let him come up to a knee and a hip, and then later we'll transition to a back position, okay? The point that I'm trying to make on this whole video for you guys is to be good at positional grappling. And yes, we want to hold them down, but the best way to be good at holding somebody down is understanding all the things that they're going to do from the bottom so we can have answers for them. And two, you get a little bit of extra time by knowing how the bottom guy is going to move, because it'll set up opportunities for transitions or submissions, okay? So our basic stuff was he can frame me, he can cut the knee, he can underhook, or he can turn away, okay? So that's going to be our basic Positional understanding of transitions for a top side control.